So you guys would probably notice that this video has many editing hiccups in it. It's because Windows Movie Maker is pretty much the worst thing that I've ever used, and now I'm using a different program. And rather than converting from one file type to the other so that the new program can read it, I'm just going to import the old terrible file that Windows Movie Maker edited into the new program in order to gloss over the mistakes that Windows Movie Maker made that nearly ruined the video. It was basically clipping things in nearly a full second apart from the times that I actually made those clips and cuts. So you'll see a lot of blah-bitty-blah-bitty-blah, oh, jerky motion and interrupted speech. It's really frustrating, and I'm just going to kind of gloss it over as it happens using Roxio Video Wave, because at least that program is reliable, and now I've added nearly a full minute to what was already like a 6-minute video as it was.
This video is a response to Reindori in a discussion begun in the comments section of another video. The reason I'm doing a video response rather than just continuing in the comments section is because the 500 character limit is just inadequate and short. So this is a religious topic, so to my subscribers or to people who just tripped over this video and who have no interest in that, you know, doors that way. You know, I would like to encourage you guys to stick around, but I understand that some of you guys are you're just not here for that, so this is your fair warning. And also, subscribers, drifters, whoever watching this, if you do want to participate in the comments and discussion going on here, please do so respectfully to whoever it is that you're talking to, because you accomplish nothing by being a jerk. And that goes even if somebody else calls you something messed up before you get a chance to. So, just something on my teeth. Now, Reindori, you asked several very good and so I'm going to address those questions one by one in the order that they were asked.
Why do you feel that we don't have any choice in what we believe?
Alright, well, I want to first make a distinction that I don't feel that way, I think that way. And that's an important distinction that underlines a lot of the points that I have to make. But the reason that I think that way is because belief is a feeling. And to use an example, let's say you have a friend that tells you a story, and the story, I mean, doesn't quite sound true. You can't put your finger on it. You might not have a rational basis for it, but you just don't think that your friend is telling the truth in this instance. Now, because you don't have a rational basis to distrust your friend, you will choose to treat him like you do believe it. You know, maybe it's just polite or something, I don't know, but you have chosen how you act, but you still feel that he's not telling the truth. Let's say the same friend had very compelling, satisfying evidence that his story was true. Then, you know, you would both treat him like you believe him, and you would also feel like you believe him in that. Now, belief, being a feeling, is part of the ongoing stream of consciousness that is your mind. So in one lane you have your feelings, and in one lane you have your willpower, your decision-making part of you, and they're both moving through time at the exact same speed. If they were racing each other, they would both be tied for first. And the relationship that your willpower has with your feelings is kind of like that of a jockey riding a horse. So the jockey would be your willpower, and the horse would be your feelings. But that doesn't mean that the jockey, your will, is actually controlling your feelings. Because your feelings are actually going where they want to go. Now, well-trained feelings, like a well-trained horse, are going to go where the decision-maker wants it to go, but that just means that they agree with the decision-maker. Ultimately, it's actually the horse's call where it decides to go. And the same is true with your feelings. Your feelings are going to feel however they feel like feeling.
In what we perceive as logical and credible.
Well, the reason I don't think that we exercise control over what we find to be credible or logical is because logic, and by extension credibility, exist independently of us because they are conceptual. Take the transitive property, for instance. If A equals B and B equals C, then A must equal C. That's just simply true. regardless of what I think about it, and regardless of what I feel about it. And if I do disagree with that, I am simply wrong.
And if we can't control our beliefs, then what does? What process, be it psychological, scientific, cultural, etc., would cause us to believe or disbelieve certain things that's completely out of our control?
Those are essentially the same question, so I have the same response to both, and that response is just neurochemistry. Every single thought and feeling you have is the result of chemical and electrical interactions in your brain. And when your brain is healthy and functioning properly, then it handles those various different interactions the way a healthy brain normally would do. You can externally affect all of those processes by introducing chemicals or damage to the brain through drugs or surgery or accidents or anything. It's a balance that you can upset, and it will affect the way you think and feel. So you could chemically or surgically induce another person, like you even, to deeply distrust or fear me without a logical, rational reason to. You can change the entire way a person thinks or feels by tampering with their neurochemistry. I mean, we are essentially electric meat, and when severe enough damage happens to that delicate ecosystem, we die.